It's that time of year. The camper's waxed, all my shirts are rolled into burritos and stuffed into my cubby shelves. Ieva's dresses are on the hangers, the car is packed to the ceiling with gear and merch, and the tank is full. The beginning of the tour. The farthest amount of time between me and the next period of stagnation. There is no better feeling. We left my mom's house in Foxborough, Mass. And started our 2018 tour in support of our new disc, Wild and Free. First stop, per usual, beautiful and alluring Maine. We played 10 shows in 12 days, covering just over 1,200 miles. Every year we kick off our tour in Maine, and the visit gets longer every time. The beauty is unique, northern, wild, and pristine. The pine-covered islands dot the deep blue freezing Atlantic waters. Summer is short and precious in these northern parts. Balsam fir and white spruce trees blanket the islands and rocky cliff ledges, filling the air with the fresh smell of pine. The best seafood in the world runs wild in Maine, and people from all over the planet come here to get their hands on a fresh bite. It's expensive as hell in the tourist traps, but if you get out on the docks in the rural areas, the prices are significantly lower. Usually the guy who caught the lobster you're eating will sit down with you at the picnic table on the dock and tell you stories about the area. Tears fill your eyes as tender pieces of tail and claw melt in your mouth. The seabirds converse wildly as the tide rolls out and the smell of mud, salt, and sand fill the air. Mussels, steamers, cod, haddock, lobster, even pickled snails known as wrinkles on the northern coast. The seafood and craft beer alone are reason enough to make the drive across America.
It's the way life should be. Breathing in without pain. Close your eyes.
Quaint little ocean towns dot the coast and are absolutely full of tourists. The economy is booming in the summer, and we make more money in Maine than we do in any other place in the world. Lobster rolls and craft beer are sold on every corner. Everyone moves slow and spends big. The streets of Old Bar Harbor were buzzing with tourists. The smell of fried seafood filled the streets, and seagulls circled overhead screaming in the salty northern air. Summer is short and precious in these northern parts. The Rockefellers, Morgans, Carnegies, and Vanderbilts all built summer homes on Mount Desert Island just to give you an idea of the wealth around Bar Harbor and the island. Bar Harbor is the quintessential coastal New England town and is a must-stop on your Maine road trip. Stop into Choco Latte for one of the best cold-brewed iced coffees I've ever had in my life. Side Street Cafe has a great outdoor deck serving the best margarita in the East, as well as all of Maine's staple dishes. Maine brings about a feeling of remoteness, sadness, and the lonely, desolate romance of true northern wilderness. Maine is and always was my plan B. If the world goes to shit, if my will to sing and roam ever fades, I will snug up in an off-grid shack deep in a pine forest and live off of fish, deer meat, and blueberries. Remote Maine cabins can still be bought with pocket change, and the city folks south toward Boston and New York are not hardy enough to survive the deep, maddening Maine winters. After a day of hiking, I headed over to the docks to catch our dinner. In one cast, 2 mackerel hit my double lure, and we both had dinner. We cleaned and fried them right there beside the water. We sat outside the camper by the fire, sipping a bottle of white wine. Loons called madly to each other from Somme Sound as an almost full moon rose over the island. Maine is a true undiscovered American gem. I pray this place remains unchanged so I can someday show my children what a true Northern American wilderness really is. After all, it's the way life should be. Stay wild and free, y'all.
It's the way life should be.